Ok. Hi guys. This is Angus. No IT problems this week. I just didn't want you to forget about me. Everyone always forgets about Angus until they need him. But alas, life is still a many-splendored thing. What a wonderful time of year. Summer is ending. The flowers look beautiful and the leaves are just beginning to turn. Oh, nice to spend a wee bit of time with you. Now, I'm off to a vigorous sex magic session. I'll keep you abreast of the results. Until then, enjoy episode 27 of Sushi Jackknife, Sushi Jackknife, Sushi Jackknife.
Sushi Jackknife. Sushi Jackknife. Sushi Jackknife. Sushi Jackknife. Sushi Jackknife. Sushi Jackknife. Sushi Jackknife. Sushi Jackknife. Sushi Jackknife. Sushi Jackknife.
I'm just saying the only person in the world who likes the sound of their own voice recorded is Steven Tyler.
Yeah, that's definitely
I would
true.
imagine Steven Tyler sits at home, he just records memos to himself regularly, and then plays them back,
Yeah.
going, well, that's a sweet voice.
And somewhere there's a memo that says, hey, great idea, just spitballing here. I should do a country album.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would imagine even Morgan Freeman, if he heard his voice recorded, would go, it's a little higher than I'd like.
Yeah.
I'd kind of like to be James Earl Jones.
I'd like to be Darth Vader.
And James Earl Jones feels the opposite, naturally.
Right. Yo, everyone.
Grass is always greener.
Does Morgan Freeman have the best voice, speaking voice, in the world?
I don't know. I really, really like James Earl Jones's voice.
James Earl Jones is great. James Earl Jones gives it a gravitas. That's just because it's lower, I think, you know?
It's really a toss-up between the two.
It's got to be.
When I die, I have told my wife I would like my funeral to be narrated by one of the two of them. Now, the issue here being they're both in their 70s or older.
Right.
So I've got to kick it real soon.
Should I just go ahead and
I'm gonna when I leave here, I'm just gonna have to start living dangerously.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drive 100 everywhere. Just go out James Dean style.
You should start hotboxing cigarettes everywhere you go in your life.
Well, that would take too long.
Well, you do that in conjunction with everything else.
I know,
it's
but
an additive sort of thing.
What I'm gonna have to do is drive and text at 100 miles an hour.
Oh yeah.
Be tweeting, be Instagramming
In your Bronco.
Yeah.
Which you're sure to survive in your Bronco, by the way.
It's a Ford Explorer.
I'm sorry, it's not a Bronco. I wanted to be a Bronco so bad.
Everyone thinks it's a Bronco.
O.J. Simpson.
I know, but it doesn't look anything like O.J.'s vehicle.
Because, I don't know, kids, if you know this, but murder is cool.
I'm just letting that one hang out in the air.
I'm going to regret saying that someday.
That's another one that when you run for office.
Right. When I'm up against Colby Sledge in 2020.
Those attack ads are coming out.
Oh, I'm going to get murdered. That's another just me being paranoid about getting murdered.
And the worst thing about that one is you can't even go, it's out of context. Because there's no context where that's okay.
Right.
Unless you were saying, you know what a bad thing to say would be? Murder is cool. That would be bad.
Right.
Sushi Jackknife, by the way.
Welcome once again to Sushi Jackknife. Welcome if you're in Tennessee. The bulk of our listeners are. Welcome if you're in Georgia. Quite a few are. Welcome
if you're in Boca Raton.
You're the only one listening there.
You don't know that?
Thanks for turning it on. I do know that.
Nah.
I get stats. If you're in California, thank you for listening. If you're in Ohio, these are our top 4 states. Were you aware?
Boca Raton, though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of retired listeners there.
Yes.
They've got nothing better to do in the day than turn on some Sushi Jackknife and just go to town.
And because they don't know how to operate an iPhone, they ended up listening to this show instead of something way better.
Right. Well, what you don't know, like, it's not showing up on your stats.
Right.
Because they don't know what podcasts are in Boca Raton.
Okay.
The people listening there are, I mean, at least 80. They're at least 80.
At least, yeah. I think the net age in Boca Raton is 77.
Right. So I have been putting every episode on 8-track.
What?
Yeah, and then I send one 8-track to Boca Raton, and it just gets passed around through the retirement communities, and eventually everyone gets to hear it.
I really like the idea of that, I have to say.
One 8-track in Boca Raton.
Something about podcasts on any other medium than streaming or download is very appealing to me.
You know what someone should do?
What?
They should take, like, the podcast format. Hear me out on this one.
I'm following.
Throw it on broadcast radio.
Boom.
Man, that is a brilliant idea. Just get some people talking.
Yes.
On the radio.
On the radio.
Talk radio, if you will.
Why has no one come up with this?
I don't know.
I mean, you could have anything.
I would just worry that it would turn into a bunch of political nut jobs.
Yeah,
talking.
that's one thing. Yeah.
It just seems like the perfect way to do that.
And then some overly calm people sort of delivering the news of the day.
Well, yeah.
You know, the news of the
Naturally.
day. The news of the day. Right. Yeah, I don't know why no one has seized on that idea.
$1 billion idea.
$1 billion idea.
I'm going to get on that.
Right after you finish that contraption with that 5-gallon bucket you were working on that you showed me? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
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 That would be the chair. 5-gallon bucket chair.
Ah, yes, indeed. That was quite a technological advancement. Straight out of the Stone Age, Nathan, on that one. Yeah, guys, welcome to Sushi Jackknife. This is episode 27. We're doing great.
I mean, we're doing okay.
We are consistently doing.
We are doing adequate. Acceptable.
Yeah, we're adequate. Right.
Tolerable.
I want to present this to you Family Feud style, okay? All right, it's like top five answers. What do you think matters the most to a woman, or to women in general, about penises?
How rich they are.
That's not on the list, but that is definitely a factor. Like, what fucker is this attached to, and what do his numbers look like?
If there is a
What's
bank
his
account
breakdown?
associated with this genitalia.
Yeah, how thick is that Quicken file? I'm just saying. Right.
Man, I don't know.
Okay, all right.
I mean, the go-to answers, girth, length.
Girth, it turns out, is higher than length, though not number one.
What is this from?
Some end link on Facebook. Who knows? Who knows who does these things?
Facebook.
You know, I mean, I wish I could give you a source for this, but I don't have it. What do you think the number one is?
Well, I assumed it was
besides wealth. What's your
penile
second
bank account?
What's your second guess? Penile bank account. Your dick just has like a little iPhone where it's like transferring money.
Yeah. It has a checking account. It can write checks.
It can also deposit mobily now. Yeah.
Hair.
That is number two. The appearance of pubic hair is number two. Like, is it going crazy, or is it a little more under control?
Is it in dreads?
Right, that's a problem, I would think, for most women. There's got to be a subset of women that are probably into that, but most women, I'd say that's a no. I'd say that's a no.
That's good to know.
Yeah, you might want to take care of that. I mean, the Bonnaroo scene, you're in good shape.
Right.
But outside of that, I don't know.
All right, number one.
Number one. You just want me to tell you?
Yeah.
The appearance. The appearance. Like, is it aesthetically nice looking? Like,
well, no, it's not.
Well, no, it never is. But for a penis, is it okay? Like, is it straight? You know, does it have a curve? Does it have a mole on it? I don't know. All these things are factors. So, you know, does it look nice? You know what I'm saying? And second,
I understand the words, yes.
Right. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, right?
Yeah. I can't say that they
resonate with you.
Not even resonate as
Okay.
much as just make any sense whatsoever to me.
I mean, you are...
It's like going, look at that trash heap. That is a lovely trash heap.
Right, I mean, penises aren't like breasts. Breasts, everyone likes to look at breasts.
Okay, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Men are significantly less attractive than women.
Yes.
I mean, by a wide margin.
A huge margin. I mean, we're talking millions of margins here.
We are hairy.
Yep.
I mean, we have back hair.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
No.
We shouldn't have back hair.
Evolutionary.
We've evolved past that.
Exactly.
But no, we are still caveman level.
Residual back hair. It's not necessary, but it's there.
And
it's horrible.
meanwhile, the women are like, oh, my eyebrows are the wrong shape. If every guy worried about the shape of their eyebrows and started waxing that, it would be insane. Every guy would be getting their eyebrows sculpted.
Well, first of all, world economies would crash because everyone's taking this time that they've never taken before out of their
That's true.
schedules to do this eyebrow thing. And then second, I mean, I don't know what would happen. What would happen?
Well, I mean, we'd have a world of very nice eyebrows.
And that's about it.
That's all that would come of
Leave it at that.
And I will also say,
Yeah.
to any ladies who are listening, first off, stop listening. Go find something better to do.
Yeah.
Secondly,
Exactly. That's kind of our message.
unless the eyebrows are like a full inch thick,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Or if they truly connect in the middle,
Yeah.
like you truly have a unibrow.
And not like a slight, like there's maybe a little hair.
Right.
No, like it's fully connected.
A deep, dark unibrow. From far away.
We don't care.
Right, no one cares.
We don't care.
I mean, other women might care. I don't know.
Well, that's their problem.
That's their problem. Men don't care.
No,
Men
we don't care at all.
No, it's not true.
We're very simple.
I'm pretty sure gay women don't care either. Like they don't care.
We're simple. We're easy to please.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is smell relatively nice and be sort of kind to us.
Yeah.
That's all we want in life.
I mean, honestly, the less you wear, the better. But
Well, I mean, that goes without saying.
that goes without saying. I was watching from Russia with Love last night, and from Russia with Love.
From Washa with Wav.
From Russia with Love, there is so much gratuitous, like ass shots in that movie that, I mean, it's the '60s.
Yeah.
It's early '60s when this
Right.
movie comes out. There are, well, first of all, the evil Spectre agents, right? The villain of the movie, played by a guy named Red Grant, who's like the super Aryan dude. In the first 10 minutes of the film, he's getting like a massage from a woman literally in her underwear, not a bikini,
Right.
but her underwear. She's dressed as she approaches him when she begins the massage.
And removes the clothing for the massage.
Yes, she strips down to her underwear.
Like the
Yeah.
sleeves and things were constricting.
Very much, I think.
You
Yeah.
got to take that off if you're going to rub, knead, whatever you do.
Yes. Need is a good verb.
Knead.
Not 20 minutes later in the movie, you have two gypsy, quote unquote, women fighting over a man. They're like having a death duel. And they're both in just like their underwear. None of this needs to be there, but it's there.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but something about the ladies in the 60s, there was, I don't know, it's nice. It's just nice.
Do you think there were a lot of people
Yeah.
in the 60s that started siding with Russia during the Cold War
Okay.
after seeing those movies just based on the appearance of women?
Probably. I mean, it's a pretty good, but
Like, you go...
yeah.
I'm sure there's someone watching it going, I mean, it can't be that bad.
Probably okay.
The women seem fine.
One thing that the Bond movies do well, they do consistently well, is they show you that there are beautiful women everywhere in the world. Everywhere he goes, there are gorgeous women.
Can we pause real quick?
Yeah.
The Bond movies don't do anything that well.
Well, if they do one thing well, it's that,
Like, especially that era of Bond movie, they do things so terribly that it's great.
Well,
In my
are you
opinion.
talking about the Roger Moore era?
Oh, any era.
Any era.
Any era.
So all-
Before Pierce Brosnan. Then the Pierce Brosnan era was just bad.
It was just
I didn't
bad.
like it.
I know, it was bad.
It wasn't entertaining.
They suffered from someone. I heard this the other day. You know how we say the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, the early 2000s before 2010, the noughts.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that before.
Oh, you haven't heard that?
I hadn't heard that before.
Oh,
The
yeah.
knots. Yeah, the knots.
Naughts. Not
Right, not K-N-O-T-S.
If you're out there Googling it.
Right. You're not going to find... You're just going to find pictures
Spell
of
it.
sailors' knots.
Yeah, it's going to be very confusing.
Right.
Well, it's a Windsor, but I don't understand what they're talking about.
So, yeah, the knots. I think they just suffered from late 90s into the knots-itis of just bad culture stuff.
It's like those Bond movies. They went,
Right.
okay, our other Bond movies were not great.
Right.
People enjoyed them
Sure.
for what they were.
Right.
But what they were is kind of garbage movies.
It's like that string. They invented the action movie, the first few, right? But you watch them, and what you don't realize, what you don't take into account, is the pacing of movies in the '60s is totally different from now. These long, languid scenes, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Honestly, my favorite thing about them is they're all travel logs. So they give you these actually really good cinematography of wherever they are. So when he's in India, it's just beautiful, and here's the Taj Mahal, and here's this, and here's the Ganges, and all that. When he's in, I don't know, Mexico City, I don't think he's going to be in Mexico City actually until the one that's coming out next. But yeah, expect to see just great shots of
Like tamales.
Yeah, like lots of tamales, lots of sombreros, a burrito truck, and like a burro.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah,
Just running.
Pew, 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 pew.
That would be a great
Right.
cameo.
But I know what you mean. I think that
it's like they got there and went, it wasn't good enough, but then they made it
Right.
just good enough that it wasn't entertaining anymore.
you mean the Bond movies? Yeah,
The 90s Bond movies.
the '90s Bond movies. Yeah,
They didn't hit good enough that it's quality movie. It's still just middling,
Right.
but not bad enough that it's entertaining.
yeah, I think that's pretty accurate.
just there.
I mean, GoldenEye's okay.
It exists.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a movie that people made and you can watch.
Right. The earliest ones were pretty different from anything that had come before.
Yes.
The Connery ones, right? And
Yes.
then you get into the Roger Moore, and he plays not just him, but they play it very funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They camp the whole thing up.
Oh, and it's very campy.
Oh, and I enjoy it. Deeply enjoy it. It has its serious moments too, but mostly it's just camp.
You're all about the camp, though.
I like camp. I do like some camp. And then what's his face? Oh man, he did two. He did The Living Daylights and License to Kill.
Was that Timothy Dalton?
Timothy Dalton, thank you. His were kind of overly serious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I actually like both those movies. And then you get into Brosnan, and now that you're into Craig, I mean, those movies are great.
Yeah.
For the most part.
And they're not campy at all.
They're not campy at all. They're like born.
They're legitimately
movies.
good movies.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
I mean, good for them. They
Good for
finally
them.
did it.
They did it. They're on 20. This will
It
be the
finally
24th Bond movie. We have more episodes than there are Bond movies. That's not much of an accomplishment.
I mean, a lot of things can't say that, I guess.
Exactly. That's right.
I guess.
That is correct. That is correct.
I just never have cared that much about them, the Bond movies.
You know, I didn't until I heard a podcast about it, and then that kind of got me into it. There's a lot of interesting backstory as well.
Oh, no, I've heard a lot of the backstory.
Yeah.
But I'm too ADD to watch the old ones.
Yeah. It's something
The only
you get
way I
used
can
to.
watch the old ones is if I'm with a group of people and I'm mocking it.
Yeah, that's fun. That is fun. I never seem to be able to watch movies with other people. We talked about having a movie night. We should do that.
Why can't you watch movies with other people? What's wrong
Well,
with you?
my wife doesn't care about what I'm watching generally.
Do you mean like you can't in the sense that you go, hey, let's watch a movie, and everyone goes, screw you, I got things to do.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you meant you're physically unable to.
No. I don't have a disease against it or any sort of condition. No, there is something that happens here in the neighborhood with Mr. Adam Foster, who was on a couple episodes ago, for those of you who are keeping up.
AF, for short.
AF.
Yeah.
He hosts a Western movie night
I've
every
heard
few
legend
months.
of this.
It's fun.
I was
It's
invited,
really fun.
and then instead I didn't go.
You should go.
It seems like a whole thing. I have to put shoes on.
Well, God bless you.
I gotta put
You and your poor little shoes.
I gotta put on my going out pants. You know, you get the sweatpants for at home, but you got your going out pants if you leave the house.
You could leave your stay-at-home pants on.
No,
I think
can't.
you could. No,
I'm
you can't do
leaving
that.
the house.
No, well,
those are stay-at-home pants. You put your going out pants on if you go out.
I don't know. I mean, I think you could get by with it. Can you not get by with it?
Well, I mean, if I had hybrid stay-at-home / going
There
out
you
pants,
go.
I don't have those.
Speaking of hybrid pants, I had these pants growing up. Not to derail your train, but
I'm
ahead.
interested to see where this goes.
Okay.
Because that is the most ridiculous segue anyone has ever had in the entire history of segues.
yeah, definitely the recorded history of segues.
No, ever.
By the way, another segue.
You just segued from your segue.
I did. I did a double segue. I heard a story this week about a woman who fell off a Segway. Apparently, this doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it can be rather injurious. You can get pretty injured.
You can be going like 25 on those things.
Yeah, exactly. But they're built so that you don't fall off of them. But
yeah.
You can.
What do you have to do to fall off a Segway?
I think you have to go, hey, hold my beer.
I don't think even then it would work.
No? You got to really try.
Like, did the Segway tip over, or did she just...
I think she just fell off of it. No, I think she went over the front, but how she did that, I do not know. Yeah, so hybrid pants. I had two or three pair. My mother did this thing growing up. Did your mom do this? Where if you liked a shirt or you liked a pair of pants, she would get them in all different colors?
No.
Okay, my mom did that. So if I had this some kind of button-up shirt that I liked, and it came in green plaid and red plaid and blue plaid, I'd have all three. You know what I mean? So I had these pants that were black, gray, and like a khaki pair, right?
Okay.
And they zipped off at the knees and became shorts.
I remember these
Remember
pants.
those?
Yeah.
They were utterly fabulous. And by fabulous, I mean they were really ugly.
It seems like a good idea on paper.
Right.
But in practice, and I never owned a pair of these. I will say this, because even then, old man Nathan looked at them and went, kids these days, too lazy to change into real shorts. Ugh.
Going out shorts.
And you gotta have your shorts, you gotta have your pants. You don't need to mix the two.
Exactly.
What do you do with the pants part that you zip off?
That is completely the problem. That is,
then
you
you're
couldn't
just
have said it
carrying
better.
2 legs around.
Yeah, well, hopefully you're a child and you have a backpack. You can stuff them in there,
Right.
or a locker. You can stuff them in there. But at home, I was too lazy to zip them back on, so I just had pant legs that I would fold and put in my drawer. This makes no sense. A pant leg drawer.
Yeah.
It is mind-boggling and very inconvenient when you get down to it. These pants that are supposed to be so convenient and all year long and all that, they weren't.
I just never understood. I never understood the point of those.
Right.
Or you remember when everyone wore the breakaway pants?
What do you mean exactly?
Like the snaps down the side.
Oh, yeah.
It makes sense for their intended purpose of, I'm a basketball player, I'm sitting on the sideline, I'm dramatically coming into the game, rip. Or their other intended purpose, I'm a male stripper, I'm sitting on the sideline, I'm going up to dance, rip. The only 2 situations you would need pants that do that.
Rip.
Everyone wore them,
Yep.
and inevitably, there'd be someone who walked by and tried to rip the snaps.
Absolutely.
Rip the snaps
That
off.
happened to me a number of times.
Which is why, if you wear those, you don't go commando.
No, you don't.
That would
because
be a
that gets
bad
very
idea.
dangerous.
That would be a terrible idea.
Can you imagine being in middle school and getting pantsed with those? I mean, that would be awful. And you were commando? Like,
Yeah.
oh.
Well, because of that, everyone wore shorts under them.
Of course like gym shorts. Yeah, not just boxers, but gym shorts.
What is the point of wear? You're doubling up on pant items.
You are.
It's too much. It's
Yeah.
too much pant.
And then you have like a heat zone around your waist, and I can't stand that. I need breathing room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, that's why you would go commando. I mean,
Exactly.
those things would breathe.
And I do. Just so you know, listeners.
No one wanted to know that.
Nah, it's
No one.
actually it's really uncomfortable if you ever do that. It's not that fun at all.
I don't know why you would think it would be fun.
Well, I don't know. Just something new.
I think
Try something
at
new.
best, it's going to be just a neutral experience in life. It's not going to be fun for sure.
Nathan, I don't know quite how to say this to you, but I don't have a lot of neutral experiences.
Well, you don't have to have a strong "this was great" or "this was terrible" reaction to everything.
No, but I do have a lot of extreme experiences, yes.
But going commando should not be an extreme experience.
It is if you make it into one.
What? How would you make it into one?
Mentally.
See, you don't need to mentally make it into an extreme experience. It can be just an average, everyday experience.
And that would comfort you? You'd feel good about that?
No, I wouldn't feel good about it. I would feel neutral about it. It's a neutral experience. I have no positive or negative feelings about it.
I would imagine you have a lot of your diagram of experience.
Is it a Venn diagram?
No, because a Venn diagram doesn't quite work. It's more of a pie chart, actually.
Okay.
So the totality of your experience is
Yeah.
represented in this pie chart.
Yes.
I would imagine a fair portion of that for you is neutral.
I would say at least 35%.
35?
At least 35.
How much is bad? Is that your calculator noise?
I'm doing calculations in my head.
You sound like
the
that.
rest of it.
The rest of it is bad. By the way, your
Yeah.
calculator noise sounds like that robot man in Dune.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll come back to that. It's 30. Wait, the rest?
Yeah. The rest is
65% is bad.
Yeah. Nothing's ever good.
You don't have a sliver of
Nah.
good in your pie chart.
No, life is terrible.
Wow.
But eventually we die.
I guess that's what's interesting. If there's anything interesting about this show, it's you are a confirmed pessimist.
Yeah.
And I'm a confirmed optimist.
Yeah, but you're an over the top optimist.
Yeah, I am. I'm pretty extreme.
If
with my
someone
optimism.
punched you in the groin right now,
Yeah.
you'd be going, well, at least they didn't punch me in the groin twice, man. That's all you would do. You'd just be dancing around excited that you didn't get punched in the nuts twice.
I'd be dancing like a gypsy in a James Bond movie. Yeah, I would.
And I would be going, someone really should stop that guy. Who is he? He's just walking around punching people in the groin.
Are you a above average pessimist, or do you think you're
Well, I mean, average for pessimist or average for people?
average for people?
Well, I mean, if I'm a pessimist, I'm an above average pessimist compared to people.
What about compared to other pessimists?
Probably the same. Probably.
Okay.
Probably.
So you're pretty
I
pessimistic.
don't know. I haven't taken a pessimist survey.
There's a test for that.
Now, for pessimist surveys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a little app, and you put a ring on,
Yeah.
and it pricks your finger,
The-
tests your blood.
The ring is that's just a mood ring. It doesn't do anything.
Well, it does have a needle in it.
No.
Yeah.
No, you just got a bad mood ring.
Oh. Yeah.
You probably should go get some sort of vaccination.
Damn
you
it.
don't know what diseases were on
Hot
that
Plate
thing.
Johnny does not have a fucking return policy either. Shit. And he's like, man, you buy it from the coat. You
Yeah.
buy it from the coat. The coat gives and the coat takes.
See, I prefer not to view it as pessimism.
Okay. Tell me how you view
I
it.
say it's realism.
Okay. All right.
I have a realistic view of many things.
All right.
Now, I will be optimistic about things,
Okay. Sure.
but it's important to me to be realistic expectation-wise
Feel grounded.
about everything.
Okay. I can accept that
So,
about you.
being overly optimistic, many times not realistic.
Okay.
Now, if you're overly pessimistic, that's also not realistic.
That's a problem, too. Yeah.
That's not realistic either. Well,
Right.
I mean, both of them are problems.
yeah.
If you're overly optimistic, you're going to get,
Disappointed a lot.
shanghaied by some crook because you go, oh, well, they were selling this. This is a great idea. I gave them all my money.
Or literally shanghaied onto a boat, and you're like, this will work out.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Yeah. I mean, life always has a way of balancing out.
Can you imagine me on a boat, like
that's what you would be doing,
jumping on a boat in turn of the century San Francisco, being like, "This is gonna be great." Bye.
Life balances out all the time.
Yeah, it'll work out. I had a hell of an adventure.
In general, or
and I'm 200 years old. Yes.
I couldn't tell if because you're the Segue king today.
Apparently, I am.
I couldn't tell if that was a segue into a new story.
No. Have you seen Dune? We
a long time ago.
We mentioned this.
I don't
ago.
remember it. I don't
talk about your awesomely. I mean, some say awesomely bad. I really like that movie. It's crazy. It's fucking weird, but it's different. It's cool.
I don't know. That's not a thing I can get into.
Are you a sci-fi guy at all?
Not really.
Okay, well, I'm a big sci-fi guy.
The sci-fi that I like is the unintentional sci-fi. It's like, it's sci-fi, but not really. There's elements of it.
I don't even know what that means.
Like Fahrenheit 451,
okay,
for instance.
Sure.
It has science fiction elements to it.
Sure.
Is the story itself science fiction?
No, not really. It's really more of a story about censorship and all that.
Things like
oppressive
that.
Government. Okay.
But as far as like, I'm going to sit down and read just a hard sci-fi novel, no, that's not ever going to happen.
That's not you. Okay.
That's not going to happen.
All right, well.
I just
we're different in that way as well.
It's all spacey, and I start talking about things in depth if it's hard sci-fi, and
I know what you mean. I
don't want to have to research whether it's accurate or not, because I'd be reading it going, wait a second, that doesn't seem like a scientific possibility, and then I'd be researching it instead of enjoying the book. I can't just accept things.
Okay, well then, I see how it could be
it would be no good.
A problem for you. Absolutely.
Yeah. So Dune
is crazy. Dune the film is of course based off Dune the novels
which is based off of a sand dune.
Right.
Just a single dune out in the desert.
It's a very long treatise on dunes. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I believe the movie, if I'm not mistaken, it was, 4.5 hours of just a single shot of a pile of sand?
7. Closer to 7.
Oh, see, I just saw part 1.
Yeah.
Did anything happen with the pile of sand?
You didn't put in the other VHS.
No.
The wind blew about 6.5 hours in.
Did it move the pile of sand?
Just a little.
Okay.
Yeah. No, the movie Dune is great. I mean, it's a what's his face directed it, who I love. David Lynch directed it, and it was one of those movies that had a famously high budget, and I think they just kept increasing the budget. Yeah. It's weird. There's voiceover in it, which is strange for a lot of people. It kind of takes you off guard if you're there. You know, you get inside the main character's head. There's a pain box. There's this thing called the spice, which allows you to fold space and essentially travel across space without having to make the entire trip. And the spice comes from this planet called Arcanus, I believe. No, I'm probably getting that wrong.
I'm fact checking what you say.
So. Oh, okay. Iraq. What is the name of the planet? Do you see the name of the planet?
I haven't.
I can't remember the name of the planet.
I just got to weirding modules.
Yes, you fire Arrakis. Thank you. I said something.
It's the only source of spice.
It's the only source of, and it turns out that the real source of the spice is these sandworms on this planet Arrakis, who are like basically exploited and tortured to get this spice out of them. And it's really horrible. It's a very interesting movie. Sting is in it.
That's why I can't get behind it.
Sting?
Yeah.
Okay, well...
He shouldn't be in movies.
For the listeners, if you ever want to see Sting mostly nude, go watch Dune. If you want to, I'm just saying. It's there for you.
No.
I don't know what these people want.
No one. Is Sting still relevant?
Yeah, I mean, the police are definitely relevant.
But they're historically relevant.
Yes.
I mean, currently
Oh,
relevant.
no, not at all. No.
Does anyone still care about Sting?
No.
Like, when the police reunited, what
Yes.
was it? 6, 7 years ago?
Sounds about right. For
No,
like a
maybe
couple
less than
shows.
that.
They fell apart
They did
again.
a tour.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were relevant then.
Right.
And then I heard something by Sting the other day,
yeah.
and I was going, "What? I haven't heard of him in forever."
Is it a new song?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
Oh, I was
don't know
going to
if he
say,
has
like,
new songs. So I was curious if he's still relevant. So apparently, no.
I don't think so. I mean, the early knots were probably the last hurrah for Sting because he had all that stuff come out. He had another solo record come out.
Yeah. Can we also agree?
Yeah.
That Sting, that's a ridiculous name to go by in life.
Yeah, I don't know what zeitgeist sparked the rash of single word named people in the 80s. I mean, you have Sting, you have Morrissey, you have Madonna, you have Prince.
You have the entire band of U2.
Yeah, exactly. The Edge. Bono. Where did this come from? Is this some sort of postmodern thing or something?
More importantly,
Yeah.
which one is the worst single name?
Great. Let's go into this. I'm partial.
I have a correct answer in mind.
I think I know you do.
I know what I think
okay.
it is.
I like Morrissey.
Okay.
I mean, that's actually the dude's name.
Right.
I also like. I don't mind Bono. It's not the worst. It's definitely not the best. I don't mind Madonna at all. Actually, I like Madonna.
Bono to me
Mm-hmm.
sounds like a character from Fraggle Rock. If he wasn't already from U2.
Some sort of Muppet, definitely. Like he's a puppeteer character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bono.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The answer I have in mind, by the way,
Yeah.
Blondie.
Blondie. That's a band name.
What? It's a single singer.
Does she go by Blondie?
Well, I mean,
Deborah Harry?
Deborah Harry went by Blondie, did she not?
I don't know if that's 100% accurate.
I'm on it.
I mean, to me, I thought you were gonna say Sting is the worst. I mean,
No,
it's not the worst.
Bad.
It's bad. It's bad.
But when you factor in the fact that his real life name is Gordon,
right? His name is Gordon.
it's not the worst.
Yeah. No.
I'm being corrected here by the Wikipedia.
Thank you. How fast is you are super fast on the Wikipedia, by the way.
I click on the links. What?
I'm just saying that, like, you're quicker than I am.
Let's see. I'm gonna do some research here because there's
You research.
Sting can't be the worst one.
You don't think so?
No, it's bad.
I mean, to me, The Edge is pretty interesting. That's not a single word because you have an article in there, but
I feel like The Edge is worse than Sting.
it's kind of cool though. There's something about The Edge that I like.
Let's see.
There are more too, by the way. I can't think of them, but there are more out there.
Oh, this list is far too long. There's an entire Wikipedia page of single-named people.
Really?
Yeah.
Throw me a couple more. There's like Cher.
Well, there's Selena.
Yeah.
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 That's a good one. There's Serena, which apparently is an American pornographic actress.
Oh.
Per the Wikipedia.
Oh, yes, I'm familiar with
Ooh. This one may win.
Okay.
American composer, 1989 to present, Shark.
Shark? I am not familiar. Are you familiar?
I'm not familiar at all.
We should.
But that is a terrible choice for a name.
By the way, guys, when we're on a music topic, go ahead and do yourself a favor. Nathan turned me on to this week, and look up Pat Boone Go to YouTube and type in Pat Boone, Boone, in a metal mood. You're welcome.
It's the single greatest thing. I don't know how I've gone this long in life without someone showing me this.
Neither do I, actually.
Or why anyone plays Enter Sandman, like the original version of Enter Sandman.
Right.
Crazy Train. Did you hear Crazy Train?
I did.
What the album is. If you're not familiar with Pat Boone,
Go ahead and unpack this for them, Nathan.
First off, get familiar with Pat Boone. The idea of this entire album existing is so much more entertaining if you think about who Pat Boone is. Because you just have to imagine someone went, Pat, I have an idea.
Yes.
Now, it's gonna sound crazy, but hear me out. How do you feel about heavy metal? And Pat Boone would reply, I'm not familiar.
Yes.
Who is heavy metal?
Right.
Is that some sort of jazz singer? And they would say, no, Pat, the genre of music, heavy metal. And then they would show him all of this and say, we think you should do big band versions of all of this.
All of this. The greatest hits of heavy metal, including Metallica,
You got
Ozzy
Dio in
Osbourne,
there?
Dio. I mean, guys, this record is a revelation. The album cover alone is worth your time.
Yes. All of it is so good. I think Crazy Train, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to hear it the correct way.
Ever again. Should we... I had a conversation about this with somebody, about Roy Orbison songs.
Okay.
And how they would actually kind of work for metal. Like, Only the Lonely. They're very, almost like Screamo might be better. Because it's emo-y, but you could scream.
Do you mean the topic or the actual song?
The actual song, like, Only the Lonely know the way I feel tonight. Only the lonely know this feeling isn't right. See what I mean? Crying is another good example.
I don't know.
I was all right for a while. I was all right for a while. I could cry for a while. You don't see it? You don't see it?
I don't know.
You don't know? I mean, the Roy Orbison stuff is great. Don't get me wrong. It's amazing. It's wonderful music. But I think you could adapt it to...
Well, I mean, you can adapt anything to any genre.
I think you could do it with a pleasurable
as evidenced by Mr.
reserve.
Pat Boone.
Right.
And his big band version of Stairway to Heaven.
What kind of stuff does he normally sing? I feel like I know his catalog, but I don't remember.
Let's see.
Does he usually do swing?
He does old person music.
Right. So he does lounge kind of stuff, easy listening.
Basically anything you can think of.
Right.
That old people would
He's
listen
probably performing right now in Branson.
Oh, I would not be shocked by that at all. He is 81, so yeah, he's definitely either there or in Boca Raton.
Right. Passing around the 8-track of this podcast. Sorry, Pat.
Exactly. I know. I had it for too long, Pat. I'm sorry. I promised it to you last week, but...
Pat's our number one fan.
Yeah.
In Boca Raton.
He has a lot of hymn albums listed here.
HYMN.
Yes. He has an album called Tie Me Kangaroo Down Sport.
Oh, that is that must be a collection of Australian songs. Now, that sounds weird. Okay, but apparently this is something they say in Australia. Like, hey kid, tie my kangaroo down. Hey sport, tie my kangaroo down. Yeah. This is like a common thing in Australia.
I was going to tell you any single he's ever had that was successful.
Right.
But the only Wikipedia page for an album of his is In a Metal Mood.
Oh, are you serious?
That's the only one.
Oh, wow.
So
apparently there are other people out there as interested in this as we are.
Well, it's the single worst idea
It's fascinating.
for music ever.
I listened to, by the way, the D.D. Ramone rap album.
I take it back. That is the single worst idea for music ever.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It was bad. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Which idea? If you were an A&R person from a label,
Yep.
which idea is worse to you if someone comes and pitches it? Pat Boone singing all metal songs, or punk singer D.D. Ramone becoming a rapper? Which one?
Honestly, it's the Pat Boone. Honestly,
it's a worse idea.
It's a worse idea. The execution. I think there's an argument to be made, a debate to be had there. But on just terms of the idea itself, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Fun fact, by the way.
Right.
After creating this album, Pat Boone appeared at the American Music Awards in black leather, and then was dismissed from Gospel America on TBN.
What? TBN, guys. TBN is where people like Tammy Faye Baker hang out, and
he was reinstated after he explained that wearing the leather outfit was a parody of himself.
Interesting.
So Trinity Broadcasting Network went, so you don't just wear leather all the time. Got it.
So you're not one of those bondage freaks. Could you not see? Could you not see him being interviewed on the 700 Club in his full leather outfit? Wouldn't that be amazing?
The only thing that would make it entirely amazing is if there was no acknowledgement of the fact that he's wearing leather. He's answering questions normally.
Right.
He just has a leather vest on, no shirt. Because if you own a leather vest and you wear the leather vest regularly, you're not wearing a shirt.
No, and you're the closest thing to a shirt is just a lot of long necklaces. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he's just answering all the questions about
straight away
life.
Yep.
The country we live in,
how we need to protect Israel and all that. Yeah.
In all seriousness, with his gold chains dangling, making clinking noises every time he moves.
Yes, that's yes. You described it perfectly.
I really, that's another one. There are a bunch of ideas. I wish I was in the pitch meeting just to hear the idea, and that's definitely at the top of the list now.
Absolutely.
A lot of TV show ideas, a lot of movie ideas.
Oh yeah.
Imagine the pitch for Hot Tub Time Machine.
I already have. That's why I was chuckling.
It doesn't seem like it would have gone well.
No, it does. I don't know how the hell it did get made into a movie. Like there are two of them. There's a Hot Tub Time Machine too.
No. Hear me out.
Yeah.
They get in a hot tub.
Right.
And it goes back in time.
I think they catered edibles to that meeting. You know what I mean? Like everybody.
It's the only movie that I have seen them. It's not good. The only movies in general that I've seen that aren't good, that I imagine I know exactly how the pitch meeting went, are Adam Sandler movies.
Absolutely.
I imagine the pitch meeting to those is, I have this idea. Yeah, whatever. Just go do it. They don't even listen to the idea.
It's going to make whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. What's it going to cost? Okay. Great.
Are all your friends going to be in it again? They are. All your friends are going to. Okay.
Well, people are expecting. Good. Okay. All right.
Okay. Let me know when it's done.
What happened? There were a few really good ones. And then I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
Just something.
He stopped. He decided he can do whatever he wants, basically.
Yes.
And so now he just makes movies he thinks would be fun. That's it.
That's pretty much
Which is good for him.
Oh, sure.
And you know what? If I were in that position, I would do the same thing. I would no longer care about producing award-winning movies or anything like that. I'd go, hey, Grown Ups 9. Let's do that.
Let's do it.
There's a fun scene where someone farts on a water slide. That'll be good.
Have I done that before? Hey,
does it matter?
Kid, have I done that? Yeah, you're right. Doesn't matter.
Get the list of places I've had a fart joke on.
There's a full Excel spreadsheet of that, you know?
It's itemized by location, water, underwater.
Right. He has an army of interns that maintain it. Oh, God. Oh, what a job that would be.
Mm-hmm.
So I have white people slur.
Oh,
Yeah?
do it.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
All right.
Throw that slur at me.
All right.
Background for those who are just now listening for no particular reason. First off, you should be listening to a different podcast. I'd like to remind you of that yet again. Secondly, this is the segment where my good friend Justin here will try to offend me by throwing out a racial slur intended for Caucasian folk, such as myself.
And myself.
It never has offended me. There is not a good white racial slur.
Nope.
And we're still hunting.
Yeah. We're
So.
the idea is we're trying to find one that will offend.
Yeah.
The one everyone thinks of as honky, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
That was the genesis point for this.
Now, when we find one that does offend people,
Yeah.
what are we going to do with that information?
I don't know.
Like, do we just, like, contact the various leaders of different, like, the NAACP and places
Rainbow
like
Coalition.
that?
Yeah,
And go, hey,
absolutely.
heads up,
Right.
here you go, enjoy.
Have fun with this one. I think we send it right to Chris Rock, you know?
That's a good choice.
Start using this on a
Although,
daily basis.
if Chris Rock has, I mean, he has his routines where I can't really repeat any of his jokes.
Right.
Would he be able to use that in a routine then, or do we need to find a white comedian to do it?
I'm sure, you know, that's a good point. I think he could.
You
I don't think anybody would mind.
until people go, wait a minute, is he talking about us?
Right.
And then they'd mind.
Perhaps.
Okay.
If they're...
It doesn't matter. You're not ever going to find one.
no, you're not. It's... Yeah.
They don't exist.
Right. But we
There's-
explore anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
So first I will present it to Nathan. At Nathan, really.
Yeah, towards my face.
Towards you.
Just in my general direction.
You are...
Uh-huh.
You are a motherfucking piney.
A piney.
Piney. The word is piney. It doesn't exactly apply to you, and I'll get into the why. What do you... First of all, are you offended?
No.
Of course you're not. What the hell does it mean?
I might be offended if I were made of wood.
Right.
Because, I mean, pine's not the best wood, for sure.
If you were an oak tree,
Yeah, if
and
I'm
someone
oak-
called you a pine, please,
I would get so mad.
the mighty oak,
Oh, man.
an elm.
Yeah.
I mean,
The only tree, like, if you called a Bradford pear that,
right?
they'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll
Thanks.
take it.
I picture the Bradford pear tree as the most nervous, like high school girl of trees. The weeping willow would just be like, "Yeah, you're probably right."
Whatever, man. I don't even care.
The weeping willow. What does piney actually mean? According to rsdb.org, it's like the IMDb for racial slurs.
Curated by Justin.
No. This is why it doesn't quite apply to you. Women who use... Well, you're not a woman.
Yeah, that doesn't apply to me at all.
No. Women who use the pine tree-shaped car fresheners as perfume to remove a multitude of smells inherent to the white trash lifestyle.
See, that could apply. Why is that only for women?
I don't know. I guess the guys aren't
See, now I'm
concerned at all.
offended because that's sexist.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
I could be
We're
a
getting
piney if I
somewhere.
wanted to be.
You could be a male piney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you put me in a box.
We don't need to... We don't even have to qualify by saying male piney.
No.
Piney is unisex.
Piney can be anyone.
To be truthful, this is not even race specific. Anybody could be doing this, and they'd have a right to be called a piney.
I am just so sick of the sexist double standards of this country.
That's right.
Women who use Pine tree air fresheners for perfume get a name. What do men get? Nothing. Nothing.
No representation.
I mean, sure, we get paid more at our jobs, and, we've had all of the power for...
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since time began.
Right.
But I want a name.
You need a name.
That's
if you
just
want
not
a name,
fair.
you get a name.
That's not fair.
Am I wrong? Do I not bleed?
I'm going to march. I'm going to organize a march to Washington, D.C. I demand equal offensive names for men and women.
It'll be a two-man march. I'll go with you.
It's a long walk.
Yeah. Let's just not. I got better.
In spirit, I'm marching.
Yeah.
Like in spirit.
Right. You'll project yourself.
In practice,
You're not going to go
I'll be on
anywhere.
a couch.
You're going to stay at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're probably going to watch Seinfeld.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or any multitude of shows on the Hulu machine.
Oh, the Hulu machine is glorious.
The Hulu machine.
Hulu machine. Kanye for president 2020.
Yeah, saw that.
You hear about this?
Yeah. Question.
Yeah.
Obviously, the go-to question here. Who would be worse for president, Kanye or Donald Trump?
I had this conversation with my wife the other day. And her conclusion was, in either case, we should consider leaving the country.
No, that seems fair. I feel like Trump would be worse.
Yeah.
And the reason being...
Okay.
No world leader is going to even give Kanye West the time of day.
Exactly.
So nothing will ever happen.
Right.
And we're just...
And Congress will block literally everything he does.
And four years down the road, we're done.
Yeah, it's 4 years wasted.
Right.
But it's better than the alternative.
Trump, they would feel sort of obligated to at least pay sort of attention to him.
Yeah, I agree.
Chaos. Potential world war.
Yep.
Universal war, maybe?
A giant wall around Mexico?
Well, I mean, they're going to pay for it.
Yeah, he's going to, obviously.
I saw an article where they were going to detail his plan for building the wall.
And they just gave up?
I didn't even read it. I gave up. I went, there's no way this makes any sense. No. And
he's like, step one, Legos.
Right.
We need Mexican Legos.
Just dozens of Legos.
I imagine in his heart of hearts, he would really love to be able to round up all the illegal aliens and make them build the wall. Mm-hmm. You know?
I will say, if he built a wall and then had a check-in point for people who want to legally become citizens.
Right.
If Donald Trump is in charge of building that check-in point, it will be the most luxurious check-in point ever. It'll be the Taj Mahal of immigrant check-in points.
I can see it. There's a plush door. Mm-hmm. There's a coffee bar.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I mean, maybe there's a water bar because most people die from dehydration out there trying to get to America.
No, it would be coffee. He's not too concerned about
You're
that.
right. It'd be coffee. I mean, it's more for him if he comes down.
Right.
Right. It needs to be staffed at all times and fully operational.
They'll walk up and go,
Stocked.
"May I have a water?" And they'll go, "I'm sorry, we only serve cappuccino, frappuccino, or latte."
If they have a water, it's like that Ethos water that Starbucks has. It's like, oh, your purchase of overpriced water goes to help kids in Africa. And they're like, is it second world problems at that point?
I would assume so.
Yeah. Is that a thing?
They would go, "I'd like one water," and the attendant would go, "That will be $12.50.
Right. But you're helping people in the third world. They're like, this is a horrible scene we've painted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why Trump would be worse than Kanye.
I think so.
Kanye, not going to build a wall. Why?
Nope.
Because Kanye's too busy designing the Air Yeezys or whatever they are.
He's not going to get anything done.
No.
Basically. His parties will be fun. No doubt. Mm-hmm. But that's about it.
His State of the Union
is going to
would be a rambling mess.
sick.
It would be great.
Yeah. Imagine a beat behind the State of the Union.
He would do... He'd take the traditional State of the Union.
Right.
But you know how, like, his early production work, he just pitched everything up and put a beat to it?
Yeah.
He'd
exactly.
do that with the the State of the Union, or with the Hail to the Chief.
Right.
And so every time he walked in, it would be that.
No one would have to auto-tune the news because it would already be auto-tuned. Yeah. I love it.
So, I mean, if it was Trump versus Kanye for president, I'm probably voting Kanye.
Vote Kanye for ineffectiveness. Ineffectiveness?
Yeah.
Yes.
Plus, I mean, Kim Kardashian,
First Lady
West as the First Lady.
The First Lady. Can you imagine what her little educational programs would be?
Wow.
They'd be like showing girls how to do their makeup. Like, or showing girls how to have someone else do their makeup.
Right.
Yeah.
So remember, kids, collagen injections are only for people 18 and older. That's her big push.
Right. That's right. She never visits a library. She never plants a garden.
Right.
You know. Did Hillary Clinton do all that bullshit when she was First Lady? She must have.
I'm sure she did. She was the First Lady.
Yeah. So
I think basically everyone since Eleanor Roosevelt has had to do stuff.
Eleanor really set the standard.
Everyone before that had it easy.
Did not give a fuck.
And then everyone after that just sits there cursing Eleanor's name.
Right.
They just want to sit at home and watch reruns of Everybody Loves Raymond.
And drink a fuck ton of Cosmos.
Yeah, now they have to go meet and greet people. They have to talk to kids and pretend they care what they're saying.
That's what I'm saying about Hillary. Like, do you think she faked all that shit?
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Her ambition was always there.
Right.
So she had to get through all the typical First Lady requirements.
She was looking at the kids' little drawings going, oh yeah, this is really good. Just silently counting the days until she could take over and make Bill go do this.
Exactly.
And of course, you know what will happen if she becomes president. Bill will just be hitting on the teacher and ignoring the kids altogether.
That's a scene that I find almost comforting.
The kids will come up. He'll be like, I'll be over there in just a second. Go sit there and wait for me.
He never makes it over there.
No.
Or he blows through Are You My Mother, the little book, really, really fast, you know.
And I think we get the gist. All right.
How can I be your mother? I'm a cow. And then the baby bird saw a big thing. The big thing said snort.
Do you read those books to your children?
Oh, yeah.
Child?
Oh, yeah.
Children. Yeah.
The
one child that you have?
Yes. I have read that book to
him. He's to that
him.
age?
Oh, absolutely. We started reading that early. Not a lot of Dr. Seuss yet, though, I have to say.
No.
I tried it, and those books are longer than I remember.
Is that one not long?
Are You My Mother?
Yeah.
It's very short.
I don't remember.
Yeah. I could probably recite the whole thing if you held a gun to my
Go
head.
ahead. Right now,
a mother
I'm
bird
imagining everyone turning off the podcast.
Yes, exactly. A mother bird sat on her egg. The egg jumped. It jumped and jumped and jumped until out came a baby bird.
Pause. Eggs can't jump. That's not realistic. You're teaching your child unrealistic things about eggs.
I mean, they can jump if they have a baby bird inside of them.
They don't jump.
Yeah, they do.
No, they probably move a little. But they're not jumping.
Close enough to jumping.
It's not jumping up and down.
Jumping's a more descriptive word.
It's a more descriptive word.
Artistic license. Can we leave it at that?
Okay.
Out came a baby bird. I must get something for my baby bird to eat, she said. So away she went. Where is my mother? I skipped a little bit in there, I think. Said the baby bird.
The baby bird's an idiot because the baby bird just saw his mother.
Well, actually,
and the mother specifically said, hey, I'm going to go get food.
You know what? I told it wrong because he didn't pop out of the egg until after she left, thus setting up that he has never visually seen his mother.
Oh, so the mother abandoned him.
Only temporarily.
She's a wildly irresponsible mother.
She had some oats that needed sowing. Some bird seed oats.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, she had to take care of that before she was committed to all the responsibility of being a parent.
Right. So the bird has no mother.
Yeah.
Continue.
Must get something from my baby bird to eat, she said, so away she went. Inside the nest, the egg jumped. It jumped until out came a baby bird. "Where is my mother?" he said. He did not see her anywhere. "I will go and look for her," he said. Out of the nest he went, down, 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 plop. The baby bird could not fly, but he could walk.
Baby birds can't fly. That is accurate.
"Now I will go and find my mother," he said.
By the way, for everyone who can't see what's happening right now, which is anyone besides me, Justin is nervously almost glancing about the room, like just racking his brain,
Yes.
going into the deep recesses of it to pull out every word of this story.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
pained expression.
Right. I have a grimace on my face as I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm gritting my teeth. Yeah, I'm barely getting through it. Should I continue?
Yeah. He's walking.
He's walking.
The baby bird's walking. I'm a baby bird. I'm just walking.
I'm a baby. I will go and look for her, he said. So, are you my mother? The baby bird said to the kitten. The kitten just looked and looked. It did not say a thing.
Because kittens and birds can't communicate.
Exactly. The kittens speak
They're
math.
entirely different species.
Right. You're aware that cats speak math, right?
Cats speak math?
They do. That's why no one can understand them.
That's not true.
It is true.
No, I have a cat.
You call Neil deGrasse Tyson and ask him right now.
Oh, like Neil deGrasse Tyson knows anything.
He knows math.
He does not.
Okay.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is just full of baloney.
Whoa. Okay. Are you my mother? The baby bird asked the hen. No, said the hen. Hens are assholes.
That's very abrupt of the hen.
And the hen is a jerk.
I don't care for that at all.
No, I never have cared for the hen.
You know what? Now I definitely don't feel bad about eating chicken.
You shouldn't.
They deserve it.
They're jerks. They're jerks to little orphan birds.
They're just little turds to those orphans that just want a mom.
They're turds to birds.
Turds to birds.
Are you my mother? The baby bird asked the dog. I am not your mother. I am a dog, said the dog. And I always read it in that voice because
Dogs
it's a
are very
classic
matter of
dog
fact.
voice. They are. I am not your mother. I am a dog.
Yes.
Are you my mother? The baby bird asked the cow. How can I be your mother? Said the cow. I am a cow.
Now,
Another asshole animal. The cow. Another animal we eat.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? This book is trying to reinforce the meat-eating portion of society.
You know, I never realized it.
Yeah.
If you look, I guess if you tear back the cover, it says paid for by the USDA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, here's my question. Why can the cat not talk to the bird?
Right.
But the dog's just like, oh, it's a bird. Well, I talk to these all the time. Blah, 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 blah.
That's a great question.
I don't
I
need
don't
a
have an answer for
biologist.
that. Yeah. Who is the Sushi Jackknife on-call biologist?
I don't know. This would be...
We need one.
I would really like to discuss this book
Yes.
specifically
Yes.
with a biologist of any earth science field.
Just email us.
Yeah.
And actually, I think we're a little serious about this. It'd be really fun to have a science person to be able to run shit by.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be the official podcast.
Well, we kind of need
biologist.
it.
We do need it.
Because the things that we say
Yeah.
are not right.
No, nothing is
Never
ever.
right.
No.
The only requirement is you can't be Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
Because he is just full of crap.
I
He does
love
not
him.
know a thing.
Neil, I don't know why Nathan doesn't like you. This is bizarre. I listened to Star Talk. It's great.
Yeah, I listen to Star Talk too. And I just sit there the whole time going, yeah, right. Take a hike, Neil. When's Bill Nye on here again?
Oh, he's
He
on
knows
there
some
every
stuff.
show. Every
he
show.
knows some stuff.
He does. Yeah.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, my shoe knows more than him.
Oh, that's mean.
Yeah. I have a very smart shoe, though.
Then the baby bird saw a big thing. The big thing. What's it?
Oh, man.
The big thing said, "Snort."
Oh, no, it's snorting.
Are you my mother? said the baby. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Are you my mother, said the baby bird. The big thing said, snort. Oh, no, you are not my mother.
You're a
You
minotaur.
are a scary... Close. You are a scary snort. Then something happened. The most descriptive sentence in the English language. Then something happened. The snort lifted the baby bird up until... up, and put him back in the nest. The baby bird was home. Just then, conveniently, the mother bird came back. I know who you are, said the baby bird. You are not a hen, or a kitten, or a dog, or a snort. You are a bird, and you are my mother.
Now, on the one hand, I want to applaud the baby bird's deductive reasoning.
Oh, yeah, he's brand new.
He's never been on this planet.
Nothing.
And he looks at these animals and goes, well, those aren't me. And then sees the mom and goes, oh, you belong with me, yes. On the other hand...
Right.
He probably, in real life, would still be half convinced that the hen was really his mom. Because that's also a bird.
Most like, yes, absolutely.
I mean, they have feathers.
Right. Beaks.
Wings.
The whole thing.
Legs.
Yeah.
Thighs.
Hollow bones.
Mm-hmm. Breasts.
Yeah.
I'm just listing parts that you would find in the KFC bucket now.
I couldn't help picturing a chicken with like a rack, but that's me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm hungry now.
Yeah. A little hungry. So. I'm a little hungry and I'm a little amorous.
Mm-hmm. This is why you gave up meat.
Right.
When you went to KFC, so many mixed emotions.
Yeah, I got a little hard every time I was in KFC. I couldn't reach down in that bucket without just the titillation of it all, Nathan. I mean, come on, it's so personal.
Mm-hmm.
Getting intimate with that chicken.
Yeah. We went to KFC the other day.
What? You don't go. No,
it was a very random happenstance.
It must have been because no one goes to KFC. Okay.
And we were like, we need to eat somewhere, and we passed a KFC. Which not to go into it, but I found out by the theater there's a Zaxby's, which is much better chicken than the KFC. Anyway.
Absolutely. Well, KFC is mutant chicken.
Yeah.
You know this.
Really, every chicken place, every fast food chicken place is mutant chicken.
That's true at this point, yeah.
Yeah, there's not
a better choice.
No.
Right.
There's no free range fast food chicken. No.
And if there is, I'd like to know about it.
I mean, maybe Chick-fil-A is free range, but it also hates everyone that's different than it.
It's indoctrinating.
So,
yeah. Free range, but not free thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
So it had a buffet. I haven't seen one of these in forever.
Oh, those are great. Those are
KFC
amazing.
buffets.
Yes.
And
they have a name for them.
KFC buffet.
Okay.
I don't know if that's what it's
That's
called.
something, yeah.
But we did not get the buffet because we're just eating and we're leaving. But there was one man there by himself who had the buffet. And I watched him. I sat there. He was in my eye line. I watched him eat maybe 7 pieces of chicken while I was sitting there. No one is with him. He doesn't say a word. He's not on his phone or anything. Just eating the chicken. And then just silently stands up, walks to the trash can, dumps his stuff in the trash can, and leaves. He was the most determined individual I've ever seen.
He didn't get anything else from the buffet?
No!
Just 7 pieces.
Maybe he had already eaten the other stuff? I don't know. But it was simultaneously the saddest and the best thing I saw that day.
Yeah. If only he knew how much he inspired you. Right. You might have saved his... He's dead by now.
Well, I would assume so. He ate a lot of KFC chicken. A lot. He wasn't a big guy either.
Right. Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the other thing. He was shorter than me and probably weighed like 140. Like very, very small, petite man. He's a petite man.
Maybe he just had a really strong craving. You ever have one of those where you crave something very specific?
Maybe. And what he craved was bad
7 pieces of
bad
fried
buffet
chicken. Yeah. I mean, it's a specific craving, but
because KFC's not. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not great.
no, it's not great.
But you set it under a heat lamp.
It's worse.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's way worse.
Oh yeah, it goes downhill fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I had a pretty specific craving the other day. You ever had those Entenmann's black and white cookies?
no,
They're really good. They're terrible for you.
I've seen
they're good.
them. I don't. What are they? Is it just a cookie with black and white icing on it?
It's kind of more of a hunk of cake
Okay.
because they're rather moist than with the icing.
Interesting.
It's like a deflated cupcake, vanilla, with the black and white icing. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not something you should eat very often at all.
So how many did you eat?
I ate a lot of them. I ate a lot.
30.
Before I got home, I think I had eaten almost half of the box.
Wow.
And that's a lot. Yeah.
How many are in a box?
I don't know.
How many calories per cookie?
Not as much as you would think. I checked into that.
I mean, are they big?
They're not that big.
Well,
They're bigger than a
ballpark.
chip. They're bigger than a Chips Ahoy,
Okay.
but they're not
If
as
I
big.
had a hockey puck,
Yeah.
the same diameter as a hockey puck,
No, about 3/4 that size.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm impressed that you know how big a hockey puck
I
is.
don't know about how big a hockey puck is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you hear about Oliver Sacks?
I guess not.
Do you know who Oliver Sacks is?
I don't know what an
Okay.
Oliver Sacks is.
All right. Did you ever see the Robin Williams movie Awakenings?
No.
You did. No one has seen this movie besides me in our age group.
It doesn't sound like it was very good.
Well, for the audience, it was good. It was really good. It had De Niro in it.
It doesn't necessarily mean it's.
Well, it was pretty.
He was in Meet the Fockers too.
Yeah, that was later. So this is a movie with Robin Williams, like Robin Williams, like prime. Like this is post. He's been in several movies. I think this came out sometime in the early '90s, probably. You can tell me for sure in a moment. I bet.
1990.
There you go. Perfect. There, 1990. It's about Awakenings. The movie is based on a book called Awakenings by a I think he's a neurosurgeon, neurobiologist, neurologist, Oliver Sacks. Oliver Sacks is this British doctor who is just kind of an amazing, well, he kind of was an amazing human being. He died about 2 days ago. So this movie is based on his book where he is dealing with these catatonic patients, these patients who haven't moved in years. Mm-hmm. And he starts doing different things with them to try to see if he can help them out of the state that they're in. He ends up playing music for them, and they start to move to the music. It's pretty powerful. In the movie, Robert De Niro has been catatonic, and he comes out of it almost completely, and is able. He's totally with it, and can carry on a detailed conversation about what he wants in life and what he doesn't want in life, all this stuff. But eventually, everybody in the film, I don't know if this happens in real life, they return to that catatonic state, and they're kind of unreachable.
This movie sounds like what this review of it was.
Okay.
Like, immediately when you started telling me about this movie, this is what I imagined it is. Plucks at the heartstrings in a far too push-button way.
Oh,
That's from Empire.
I don't think that's true. I think it's a nice movie.
It seems like a movie designed specifically to appeal to everyone that would go, oh.
Well, but it is based on life, so
I know.
you know what I mean. Like
But that doesn't necessarily mean any.
Well, that's true.
I mean,
it's true.
It's based on life.
It's based on life.
It's not.
They could have
real
taken
life.
liberties. Yes. Obviously, but Oliver Sacks was kind of an amazing guy, and anyway, he was an amazing guy, and I just wanted to mention his passing.
Also, that movie was Vin Diesel's movie debut.
What?
So,
Really?
yeah.
No.
Yeah. So you have that movie to thank for Vin Diesel.
I've got to go back and watch that now and see where he pops up.
I'd look into it, but I don't care.
Okay.
Quite frankly, I just do not care about Vin Diesel's movie history or anything about Vin Diesel.
I just find it fascinating that he was in that film.
Yeah, I mean,
It just doesn't seem likely at all.
he had to be in a movie at some point.
That's true. It could
That's
have
how
been anything.
he continued to be in movies. He was
Right.
in the first one, and then they went, yeah, okay.
I thought his first movie was like Triple X.
No.
Or whatever. Or what was the Fast and the Furious? I thought that was his first movie.
No. Yeah, I mean, they're not just going to hand Fast and the Furious to you.
They might.
You got to earn Fast and the Furious.
He's an impressive looking dude. You have to earn
You
Fast
have
and
to
Furious.
earn Fast
I don't
and the
know that
Furious.
you have to earn Fast and Furious.
You definitely had to earn Too Fast, Too Furious. What
about-
about Tokyo Drift?
I don't think he's in Tokyo
man.
Drift.
I know, but
Okay.
you got to earn Tokyo Drift. Like you work your whole life for a Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
That is the epitome of some person's life.
Wow.
There is one person who the rest of their life will be known as. He was in. Did you ever see Tokyo Drift? Yeah, no, he was in Tokyo Drift.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that will be the epitome of his career,
Right.
in Hollywood. So that's your depressing thought for the day.
And I think that's a good way to wrap it up. Guys, you can email us. It's sushijackknife@gmail.com. And please do send us a topic suggestion. Send us words of encouragement. Send us this particular email. Send us this exact email. I want to frolic through the electrical ways of your heart.
Don't do that.
Period.
do that.
Are we still narrating the email?
No,
Okay.
I don't want them to do that.
You don't
I'm
want
going to
them to
take
do
out
that?
a restraining order if I get an email that says that.
But I told them to do that.
Well, I'm going to take out a restraining order against them.
What if I sent you that email?
I would take out a restraining order against you. That's creepy.
It'd be hard to do this show that way.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd have to telephone in or something.
Okay, right. Skype
I mean,
it.
there's going to be the 100-meter
Yeah, the
distance
delay
thing. And,
Yeah. So you can email us there. Find us on Twitter at Sushi Jackknife is the Twitter handle for the show, which has very few followers. So click on that if you want to.
Why would you bring that up?
Why? That we have very few followers.
Why would you bring that up?
We're very honest, as you can tell. Well, I think what happens is most people follow you or me or both of us, and they don't follow the actual show. I mean, I let you guys know, if you're following me on Twitter, I let you know when the show is up.
And
You sometimes do.
I did one time.
Yeah, you did one time.
A
couple weeks ago.
Normally,
Yeah.
I use it for things like today. I talked about how my car has no air conditioning, so I understand why dogs hang their head out the window. That's why I have Twitter, so I can say things like that.
That matter. Things that matter.
The important issues.
If you want to hear things that matter, at Badlands Badly for Nathan, at Justin L. Croft for me. This show comes out just about every week. I think we pretty consistently have come out every week since we started. It just varies a little bit sometimes, but mostly we're good. Leave us an iTunes review if you like the show, please.
Yeah. Whatever.
It'd be great if you did. There's 3 up there now. Again, with the facts
Do
that are
people
disappointing.
use iTunes for podcasts?
Yes. In
Like,
fact,
do they actually do it?
Yes, I know they do because the majority of our listeners do. I have that information in a pie chart.
We need more Android users.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on, please.
That's what I want.
Great, let's
I
do
don't
it.
want more Apple users.
Why?
They're followers.
Oh,
They're followers.
not leaders.
No.
Oh, Nathan.
I want an independent free thinker.
You want somebody using Linux or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who I definitely don't want?
What?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Sushi Jackknife.
Sushi Jackknife.